Hey guys, Todd here. I just wanted to take this opportunity to give you a bit of a rundown of my background as to how I got into this raw vegan lifestyle. For me, it all really started as, I guess, a bit of a selfish approach in the sense that I was pretty blind to the whole animal welfare, animal rights, and what was really going on behind closed doors. And so I was just, I didn't know anything about veganism. I didn't know, I'd never even really heard the word. And I just wanted to make some healthier choices in my life to basically be able to train harder and push myself harder in everything that I was doing, because I figured that way I'd be able to reach my goals better and really get the most out of my life. And so I was training, I was going to the gym, doing like most guys do and knocking back whey protein shakes and just eating a pretty standard Western Australian kind of diet. And so I found that I was training hard on a Monday morning and with my personal trainer, and then it would take me 3 or 4 days to heal. I'd go back to the gym 2 days later and I could barely move my arm or something like that because I just was really, really stiff and tight. And I thought to myself, this can't be right. Surely there has to be, a better approach to this. I must be able to make some changes in my diet to basically just heal quicker and be able to have a faster turnaround so that I can then push myself harder. And so, like I said, it was sort of a bit of a selfish approach at first, but for me, it was all about the health aspect. And I thought that I ate really healthily and that I was really fit and clean eating kind of guy. But, I sort of reassessed that and realized that I was doing a bunch of stuff that could be way better. First of all, getting rid of the whey. So I basically made the change from those kind of protein shakes and started looking into things that were like sprouted rice protein and pea protein, and not really knowing much about how they're done apart from the fact that it said on the front that it was sprouted rice and it had, X amount of protein in it. And I thought, okay, well, if I'm getting, 20, 30 grams of protein in from that single scoop, then awesome. I can pretty much get what I was getting before and I can carry on and hopefully I'll feel better. And I did feel better. I also got rid of dairy milk at the same time. I found that that was making me a little bloated and I just found that it was making me feel a bit sluggish. So got rid of dairy milk and started experimenting with almond milks and cashew milks and anything else I could find. And some from cartons in the shops, but a lot of it I saw videos and I basically thought, all right, well, I'll just make my own almond milk. It can't be that hard. And it isn't. So I started to make these changes after getting rid of the milk and the whey protein shakes. Sort of a few months later, I realized that I needed to cut back on things like my intake of meat and eggs and other dairy products. And so I started to just eat. I didn't really be too strict on myself in the sense that I thought, right, as of tomorrow morning, I never touch meat again. I wasn't that hard on myself. It was more like, right, as of tomorrow, I'm going to start increasing my amount of fruits and vegetables that I have. And I'm going to start drinking more water. And I found that by eating more healthy foods and healthier choices that I didn't feel like I needed as much of the eggs and the meat and the various other things. So I was sort of crowding out all the bad stuff, still not knowing what veganism was. Sort of heard the term thrown around a bit, but I didn't really know anyone that was vegan. And so I was just making this transition to healthier food. I was starting to also switch on a bit more and become interested in things like yoga and meditation and various other sort of practices that can be done like that help you get in touch with yourself a bit more. And so this was going really well, and the biggest sort of thing that made me realize it was working for me was that I basically had been training for a while, as I said, on the Monday with the same trainer, and I'd been eating much better. It had been maybe 4, 5, 6 months of doing that, and I was healing quicker. I wasn't taking 3 to 4 days to heal. I was taking, 2 days to heal. And so I thought, okay, well, this is obviously helping my body. This is what's right for me. I'm going to keep pushing this, and it got to the point where I continued to get rid of things, and I used to really love just crappy everyday dairy milk chocolate. And then I thought, when I first tasted raw chocolate, actually the first batch I ever made was terrible. It was really dark and just didn't have a nice sweetness to it or anything. So I refined that, and I started playing around with making different chocolates and obviously trying some that were already in the shops. And so I just started to swap out all these things for healthier vegan options. And basically I got to the point where I was like, you know what, I've started to read up. I understand what veganism and raw foods is all about. And I did a juice cleanse. I did a pulse cleanse for 9 days. I had done a few different cleanse things, just short term, to get an idea. Felt really good, had heaps of energy. I was starting to have bigger fruit smoothies and throw in loads of bananas and dates and various things. And so I thought, all right, I'm going to commit. I'm going to go completely raw vegan. And I feel like this is kind of the way I've been transitioning. Now I understand what it's all about, and it's going to be best for me. And the funniest thing was that I looked back at the last sort of 2 to 3 weeks of what I've been doing, and I had been 100% raw vegan without even thinking about it. I had just said no to all meat and dairy products. I'd made my own foods. I'd been prepared when I went to work and taken lunches or just got salads or whatever it may be. And I hadn't had any alcohol, and I thought, well, okay, this is pretty easy. I've been doing this. Maybe I'll just continue with this for a while. I knew I didn't want to get bored with the same kind of meals, so I was experimenting heaps in the kitchen and just trying different things and reading books and checking out YouTube vids and all that sort of stuff. And I was very, very fortunate just after I made that decision, maybe a week or so after, that I met my beautiful fiance, Courtney, who has been raw vegan for, I think, sort of 2.5 to 3 years at the time, and she'd been vegan for maybe 6 or 7 and vegetarian for years before. So she obviously has a great impact on me as well, because I'd already sort of committed and said I want this lifestyle. I'd learnt by then more about the animal welfare sort of thing and what was going on in that side of veganism, and so I immediately started to switch on with all of that. And so I was blessed to be able to meet someone that I could enjoy this journey further with. And so that's sort of how I got into it. For me, I'm definitely all about health and fitness. I took my training from trying to push weights in the gym to just body weight training. I haven't been to a gym for a year and a half, and I basically just train at the park, train wherever I can in nature, and I find that with the way I'm eating and when I really push myself and train each day, I can get some great results. It's definitely a slow, steady journey. I'm not slamming in loads of protein. I went 80-10-10 for a while. Loved it, felt great, heaps of energy. Super high carb, low fat, low protein. For anyone that's new to that 80-10-10 concept by Doug Graham, it's essentially minimum 80% carbs, max 10% fat, and max 10% protein, and that's of your calorie intake for the day. So I was doing probably somewhere around the just over 80% to just under 10 for fat and protein, and although I felt great, I had heaps of energy, I did feel a little bit like I was just leaning out a little bit. I was getting like really lean in my shoulders and my neck, and so I thought, for me, I do really want to build some strength and some size. I don't care if it takes 5 years to reach my goals. It's not a race, but I just want to be heading in the right direction. And so I just tweaked it a little bit. I'd say now it's very close. It's probably more like 70% carbs and then 15% fat and protein. I certainly don't have any issues with slamming down an avocado or tahini or coconut meat or whatever it may be in regards to fats, as long as they're healthier versions of fats and they're not processed and come in a box on the shelf at the local grocery store. So I've been playing around with that for a while, and I've definitely over the last few months really got to the point where I've been happy with that. I've been raw vegan now for a year and 9 months. Definitely plan on never looking back in regards to veganism. I came in for the health, but I'm staying for the animal rights, animal welfare, looking after all living, sentient, beautiful creatures on this earth. So yeah, I think that everyone's journey is different. I would love to hear what your story is down in the comments below. Please hit the like button, give us a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you want to check out some more stuff that myself and Courtney are doing. And we're going to be doing things like, what we eat in a day, give you some examples of some of the foods and meals that we have, and also some awesome recipes and things that you can try. We've got a couple of videos that we've put up already just to get the ball rolling and just to kind of finalize this setup and how it looks. And so yeah, please leave your feedback. Just nothing but love and compassion, and thank you all so much, and see you next time. Peace.